and I'm going to be inviting her. I'll be reading her profile. She's being represented by a very amazing woman, so I'll read her profile while I bring on the person she's represented by. Her name is Lara Gureje-Oderinde, and she's the President and Executive Director of Jewels of Africa Foundation. She was born and raised in Nigeria. I'm just going to read a very brief summary of her profile because it's quite long. She attended public elementary and high school in Nigeria before traveling to the United Kingdom for undergraduate and postgraduate study. Lara is also a renowned author, datapreneur, and regulatory risk expert in the financial industry. She is the founder and CEO of Date Oculi LLC, and she's also the founder of this is also a data management company in San Francisco, California, USA. She's ably represented by Yetunde Macaulay. Let's put our hands together and take the stage. You're not clapping, no. Let's give the energy high.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I want to say very thank you for this. First to Mrs. Lara Gureje, who has sent me here to represent her. And I want to thank 50 Spoke for putting this together. And my third thank you goes to Mr. Excel for that amazing introduction, right? Because he has introduced us to data analysis. So I'm not going to be saying a whole lot because he has said so much. Thank you so much. And finally, I want to thank my colleagues that are here. Mr. Abel Falade, who is still on his way. And we have also Mrs. Shady Martins, who is a representative. Thank you very much. So I stand here representing Mrs. Lara Gureje-Oderinde on this special occasion. So what I'm going to be doing, but before I go ahead, all protocols, right, duly observed. So my name is Yetunde Macaulay. Thank you once again, Mr. Excel. I picked quite a number of things from your wonderful session that is important for us to identify, to collect, to clean, analyze, and then finally interpret. It is not enough for us to pick a data and throw it out there as information. It is not clear. Sometimes this information, they are not properly cleaned before we throw it out. And this has caused a lot of confusion in our world, in Nigeria, even amongst friends. How many of us here are business people? Great. How many of us are engaged employees? And how many of us are aspiring entrepreneurs? All right, so before I continue, I'm going to come back to that. I'll quickly read our boss's message to us. So she has sent me to do this one as well. Good morning, esteemed guests, and thank you for this incredible honor. I am deeply humbled to receive the Philanthropy in Africa Education Transformation Award. This recognition is not just a testament to my efforts, but a celebration of the collective commitment to transforming education in Africa. I stand here today representing a dedicated team of individuals, partners, and supporters of Jewels of Africa Foundation who have worked tirelessly to make a difference in the lives of countless young people across the country. Together, we have strived to overcome challenges and created opportunities where there were once barriers. In Africa, education is not just about acquiring knowledge, it is about empowerment, liberation, and the transformation of communities. It is about giving every child the chance to dream, to learn, and to build a brighter future for themselves and their families. At Jewels of Africa Foundation, this is our plan. We strive to transform Africa starting with Nigeria, to make education a fundamental right of every child and not a privilege. Making sure that no child is left behind for teachers and students. Our organization aims to reach out and engage underprivileged African youths, also known as jewels. Please say with me, jewels. Can we say it out loud, jewels? Because that is how we can unleash the good things we have in Africa. If we see people, you know, the way we see people is what they become most of the time. And that's the results they bring back to us. So at jewels, we see them as jewels rather, through functional education. We equip them with skills, opportunities, tools, resources, and abilities that will transform their lives and allow them to reach their potential, help prime and position them to be future leaders and agents of change relevant in the 21st century. This is our 10th year of operations in Nigeria, operating in 9 states. Of course, we have 36. Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, Ekiti, Ondo, Delta, Bayelsa, and Akwa Ibom at the moment. With this new initiative, we're expanding our initiatives to the 36 states of the country, making sure no child is left behind in our crusade to empower and equip the future generation to thrive and compete with their peers globally. We currently operate in both Nigeria and Ghana, and we really want to expand. Of course, we're still gathering data to do much more in Nigeria. Our key drivers: we believe every society must be very intentional, rightfully educating its future leaders. We believe functional education is the right of every child and not a privilege. We believe the likelihood of any child succeeding academically increases when you place an effective teacher in their classroom. To this effect, we are enriching public schools, teachers with free teacher training enrichment program. We believe to whom much is given, so much is expected. We are all recipients of goodness of this great country once upon a time. We hold the same goodness afforded to us to the next generation for our nation to continue to be relevant and take its rightful place in global security. Hence, we take a page for JFP's inaugural statement. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask instead what you can do for your country. As we celebrate today, let us all remember that our work is far from over. There are still millions of children in Nigeria who lack access to quality and functional education. There are still communities struggling with poverty, inequality, and instability. But I am optimistic. I am optimistic because I have seen the power of education change lives. I have seen how a school, a teacher, or a scholarship can ignite a spark in a child's heart and mind, propelling them to achieve greatness against all odds. So let us continue to be beacons of hope, champions of change, and advocates for education. Let us continue to invest in our future, our children, our schools, and our communities to transform our great country, Nigeria. Together, we can build a future where every child in Africa has the opportunity to fulfill their full potential and contribute to a brighter, more prosperous continent for all. Thank you once again for this honor. I am truly grateful and inspired to continue this important work alongside each and every one of you. That is from Mrs. Lara Gureje-Oderinde, the President of Goodwill of Africa Foundation. Please, can we all give her a big round of applause? I thought that it is wise for me to read her speech before I had to whatever she has sent me to do here. So you've heard from her first, and now I can add my own little quarter to what we are talking about here today. Data revolution, charting the future of business excellence. I run a small business, and I know that it's not been so easy doing business without being informed. So one thing we really need to know about data is it helps us to become informed if we do the right thing with whatever data we have gotten. And getting data is not something we sit indoors to get. You can't just be online to get data. It's much more than that. Sometimes, because really, a lot of us rely on using online data to solve problems. Like Mr. Excel said the other time, sometimes people will use data and then try to reduce, right, the number of people they are reaching, or reduce their selling prices, and at the end of the day, people still won't buy. So it is very, very important to know that we are doing the right thing with whatever data we are collecting. I wrote down, again I'm going to read it. The first thing is we must identify what we need. Then you go as far as wherever, let's just put it. You have to get it from online, you have to do one-on-one interviews, you have to create surveys that people can fill online. Please, you have to do that just to make sure that you are doing the right thing. That is the only time you can say you are giving the correct solution to a problem. And if we're going to go very far in Nigeria, we need to have the right data to put together the right information. And when you get all of this data, like you said earlier, I also picked information about we using our emotions, and that's the truth. When you're trying to collect data from people, some people, I've read some questions, and the way some people will respond is because they're angry, and their answers or their response to a question will be from their point of anger. So you have to get it. That's the truth. Some people are employed though, but they feel because they're not earning enough, they regard themselves as unemployed. Yes, I will tell you, how much am I collecting? So they give you the information that is, the data that is, not accurate. And by the time you're going to process it, you're going to be throwing out wrong information. And then when everybody picks it up, we'll be running with wrong information. Yesterday we were having a conversation about, it was more about people that are humble, the way you get into leadership, and because you're so humble. A lot of Nigerian knows that I have to be very humble to win your heart. Even the ones that are very wicked, they will hide it just to get to that place. So I think that's another way of, with emotions. I really connected so well with our feelings. The way we use feelings to damage so many things. We know the correct thing now. Nobody can open your head to see that information. We can't see it. It is whatever you bring out that we're going to, process. And then at the end of the day, we have the wrong information. So whenever you get data from people, you have to always clean it. And when you're done cleaning it, you now do your analysis to now know, okay, what decision do I need to make? And then finally, you interpret it, and then you're able to sell it to us as an idea backed up with reasons why this idea is good or what investing in. As business owners, investors are going to be interested in your business. And how do you get them to be interested in it? You must have gotten data, and you must have converted it to information that is worth accepting. If they do not, or if you don't interpret your information well, that is when investors, partners, and whoever is interested in your business find it difficult to say, I am buying, can't get their buy-in without paying attention to whatever you think they need to get. So I am hoping that as we live here, we're going to be living here with more information that will make us go out there and do the needful to change the course of our businesses and the things that we do in our various places of work. And for business owners also, I hope that we'll be able to use the data and give opportunities for people who work with us to help us get the right data from time to time. Thank you very much once again, Cisco. I wish you the very best in what you're doing.
So let's stand together for our next one. Macaulay. That clap was very, very good. Please let's stand together for Yetunde Macaulay. Thank you very much for that speech. And also a very big thank you to Mrs. Lara Gureje in absentia. Thank you so much